We've been wondering, what is House GOP leadership gonna do about Marjorie Greene? Apparently, we were predicting nothing, but we're cynics. Instead, Kevin McCarthy has announced no disciplinary actions against Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene in a statement released as he met with his caucus last meeting. He told members he did not want to remove Greene from her committee assignment, according to a senior GOP source in the room. So this contradicts what he's been saying. Like he went to, I believe it was Steny Hoyer, and said, no, don't do a vote. Don't do a vote. Like we'll just take her off the committee and that'll be enough. He doesn't want it. We're gonna show you video of him talking about how he would have been fine with that, but it ain't true according to sources inside of the room. So we're gonna get to the video in just a sec, but what did you have any expectations for Kevin McCarthy and what he might do about Congresswoman Greene?
No, none whatsoever. I think just the last 4 years especially have made me so numb to things that should happen, things that could happen, and then they just don't happen. I think what we've seen a lot from the Republican Party these last few years, especially with all of the Trumplicans taking over, is just pure loyalty to the party, and a lot of times I've credited the Republican Party for that because sometimes that's something that the Democrats suffer from is, there's a lot of division, but a lot of that division is kind of, I think it's a good thing, but that is the one thing that the Republicans do really well is they fall in line to a fault, I think. Mm-hmm. So no, I didn't expect anything good to come from that.
Well, you were wise not to, but now he does have to speak about what happened there. So we're gonna show you a few videos of Kevin McCarthy, leader Kevin McCarthy. Here is him being a leader. Here he is talking about her denouncing all that crazy stuff that she's been shown to have said.
We were willing to remove her from Ed and Labor. And when Steny Hoyer had called me, he said that was the complaint they had. And I want to be very clear. We denounce anything that we've seen that was said in that past, from anything with QAnon has no place in our party. And Marjorie Greene actually said that inside our conference today. She said it before, but she said from the shootings and everywhere else. And if that gave people problems, she's a small business owner. So we'd say budget and small business. I was more than willing to do that. The conference was willing to do that. And Steny Hoyer and the Democrats said no. They're going to judge her on things that were said that she has now denounced before she was ever a member of Congress.
Okay, so I was perfectly willing to do that, even though the second I came to talk to my caucus, I was like, no, I don't want her to be taken off of that. I was perfectly willing, but I really secretly behind the scenes don't want it to happen. But anyway, he says she's denounced it and everything. Now I get that she is speaking right now, and I'm gonna read a few of the things that she said there too. But like she's already denounced it, so how are you guys gonna be mad at her? Like she's totally denounced it behind closed doors. Yesterday, she tweeted this. We know who they all are. We owe them no apologies. We will never back down. We only serve the one who created us all. We only bow to him. I don't know for sure if she's talking about Yahweh or Q. It's one of the two. She really seems to mix the two up. But anyway, no matter what, never back down, never surrender. Behind closed doors, maybe a little bit, if that helps. But never surrender and no apologies. They're not owed. So anyway, Yasmin, what do you think? If she did denounce it, would that make you feel better?
No, because nothing that she's ever done, like the actions speak louder than words, right? And apparently she didn't even denounce anything specifically. She just says, I said some things that I don't believe anymore, or I didn't believe at the time. Didn't specify anything. Nobody asked her to specify anything, which is a problem also. And then for a lot of the Senate or congressional Republicans, they didn't care. That was enough for them. For a lot of other ones, though, it wasn't enough. So maybe there's some hope there. Maybe.
I don't know. Look, if she does denounce it, and so I will say right now, she apparently is on the House floor apologizing. But what I'm seeing of her apology is the media is just as guilty as QAnon for spreading lies. Okay, I don't think that that's true. Abortion's the worst thing this country has ever created. I don't know what that has to do with any of this, but that's what she's saying. And so if this is your apology and it's mostly about trashing the media and implying that CNN and QAnon are roughly equivalent, that doesn't make me feel better. I will say that even a genuine denouncing wouldn't make me feel 100% better. Like, let's say we're talking about something a little bit lower stakes than a congressperson. You probably have all heard the stuff about Armie Hammer and how he apparently wants to cannibalize women that he's with. If he came out and denounced it, that's good. But I still know that he wanted to do it at one point. Like, I'm still disturbed. I'm still not gonna crawl into bed with him. So I don't know, like her denouncing QAnon is good because maybe that makes it a little bit less likely that some of the people that follow Q and love her will commit murders in her name, as she is called for on social media. But I still know that she believed that, and I still have a slightly higher expectation for the sanity and just base cognitive condition of my elected representatives. I think we could find someone better than her. I think that, Yasmin.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially when you consider the way that she got elected into Congress. She ran unopposed in Atlanta, or just outside of Atlanta, I think. And this whole false equivalency that the Republicans are trying to put forward as like, there's craziness on both sides, and they're equating Marjorie Taylor Greene to AOC now, and it makes no sense, And the other thing about denouncing something that you said, it's like, but you believed it, and why? How did you get there? Did you do any kind of introspection? Did you, do the work to kind of see the error of your ways? And I'm not convinced that she did, and she hasn't said anything to imply that she has. So, I mean, these are just empty words at this point. And I think we all know that. She's not fooling anybody.
Exactly. People do evolve. Cenk Uygur used to be a Republican. You can change over time and with introspection and work and exposing yourself to new perspectives. Or it could just be that, like, man, they're really putting pressure on me to pretend briefly that I don't support this. And then we can get past this moment and then I'll go right back to supporting it. So anyway, each person needs to decide which they think that is.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.